Hey, you. Yeah, you over there. You want to see how to create an absolute economic utopia and the most powerful nation as France? Well, you came in the right place, buddy boy. We're gonna completely unleash France, conquer the world, and make them our subjects, creating an actual utopia. For just 5,000 likes, I'm also gonna do the final part of this campaign, playing all the way to 1936. And hey, if you enjoyed the video and you learned something from it today, do consider subscribing. Would help out the channel massively. Now guys, before we start with this particular part of the French campaign, I want to say very much thank you to everyone in the comment section on the first part of this campaign. I've been going through a little bit of a rough patch, and seeing all those really nice comments makes me feel a lot better. So that's why I'm also doing this part of the campaign without even reaching the like goal the second that I'm recording this as well. And especially thank you to Leklet and Morgan for the €5 each donation. That really helps me out so much. And I'm gonna put it, of course, in my World Roman Restoration Conquest funds, which is totally a thing. Now, to give an overview of the French Empire, we are currently ruled by Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, so we're back to basics. We're working on getting our institutions maxed out. We're still not at maximum with any of these because we're lacking a little bit of bureaucracy. Legislation wise, we do need to go for different land reforms, especially we need to get homesteading from this. We're trying to pass secret police as well, and we're likely going to be going for elected bureaucrats so that it's cheaper to get institution levels. As such, we save up on quite a little bit of bureaucracy. We've got a veritable colonial empire. We managed to take most of Canada from the British. We got quite a few parts of South America, including Venezuela in the north. We got most of South Africa, including Marina. Snaked our way into Australia as well. We're about to embark on a conquest of Qing, so we get some extra pops. But we've got 49 infamy, and that's a little bit of an issue because high infamy means our subjects get increased liberty desire. Right now we get 0.10 extra infamy from the liberty desire. It would go up to 0.25 if we go above 50. So we want to keep it at 49 and below, which is why we're not going to be attacking anyone for the foreseeable future. Instead, I'm going to use the next few years to build up my economy. We're at 300 construction sectors, and I plan on really ramping this up massively. Our shortages right now include wood, as you would expect, a little bit of explosives because we just switched production methods to include explosives, steel, and that's about it. We're not too bad when it comes down to the shortages. We're using most of our decrees to promote social mobility, which would increase our literacy as well as it would give us more qualifications for our population. So we definitely need both of those in order to get more innovation points. Our cap is 129, but we want to increase this to at the very least 180, 190 in the next few years, and that's easy to do because we're going to be using our power block with the advanced research. Once this reaches level 3, we're going to get 10 max innovation cap per education level. So right now that would be 30, but once we get level 5 education, it would be 50 max innovation cap. So it's really not that hard to do by the 1870s latest. The British still have quite a few puppets and protectorates, so we're going to need to swipe away all of these protectorates and puppets from them, essentially reducing them to Schnappeldupe level. Also going to be importing a little bit more explosives for now whilst I have this massive shortage of explosives, and then we just have our domestic production once the explosives factories in Lorraine start building up. We're still getting quite a few immigrants, so population wise we don't really need to worry about until we use up the next 6.4 million peasants predominantly in the French actual lands. Once those are used up, we're gonna need those lands in China to boost up our population and make them work for us. I've also been increasing the amount of units I've got since I'm a little bit worried the English might attack me again. I want to get a standard of 40 infantry, 35 mobile artillery, and 5 lancers throughout all of my armies. That would be an optimal amount of units for now, I guess. I would say even just get rid of cavalry completely and keep only artillery. So like even 40-40 or 50-50 infantry artillery would be perfect. I just like to keep a little bit of cav personally because it does give me some battle occupation when needed, right? But they're not obviously as efficient as having artillery as your support units. The uncanny disappearance. I love how whenever I'm trying to pass secret police, half the people I don't like in my government and I want to get rid of, they just disappear. I wonder why. Also gonna go ahead and build some furniture manufactories and textile mills just so I get some jobs and so I get some extra GDP growth and some economic output aside from, you know, spamming all the resources required to building up our industry, right? Like logging camps and so on. That having been said, we do need to boost up this industry So let's go ahead and max out the construction sectors in Burgundy and get some more in Champagne as well. Hey, we're on voting phase. That's awesome. Hopefully this passes. We do have 2 setbacks right now, which is pretty pepega. The limit of the nation, the natural borders of the Bonaparte regime does include Wallonia, Flanders, Rhineland, North Rhine, and Savoy. That is a given. Now, this means we're going to get significantly less infamy for grabbing these lands, but we do also have significantly less infamy decay for the next few years because of this timed modifier. Well, look at that. 12 infamy for Wallonia, one of the best states in the world. It's just literally nothing. Huzzah! We've got secret police. Now we can spy on our neighbors without them even realizing. We've also just finished getting quinine, so we can get more colonies around Africa, especially in areas which were significantly harder to reach before. And we can even get more colonies in Oceania. All of the Oceanian islands will now be ours because nobody else even started to colonize these lands. Oh, actually, hold up a second. Maybe I can start colonizing Papua New Guinea as well now. So we can cancel, say, the one we have in Russia, get Indonesia, and then we can get those colonies too. I've also gotten my infamy low enough that it's time to expand into Africa. The British have been busy at work getting Benin and Oyo or Yoruba states as their dominions. So I'm gonna have to go into Ashanti, Borgu, and make my way to Sokoto, which is the big boy that we definitely want to have as our puppet. I did say in the past that because they're fearful, they're gonna give up, but I've been proven wrong multiple times, so I do not expect them to give up anymore, which is why I'm actually sending my armies to the front here. Time to kick some African butts, boys. Exactly my point. Not sure why, but the AI really thinks they can take on the world's strongest army with a couple of sticks and bows. They don't even have arrows for those bows, do they? They cannot lie to me. I know they got no arrows. Wait, what? Support Bulgaria? They become my protectorate. Yes, that is essentially a free Bulgaria. Okay, well, that was easy, boys. That was really easy. Go ahead and crush these separatists. How dare they attack my beloved Bulgarian subject? How dare they? Russia sided with the others. Okay, okay. That makes things more complicated. I did not expect the Russians to side with those guys, and this is pretty bad because now I'm gonna have to fight the Russians. So, holy shit. And of course, the Russians also puppeted Bulgaria, the revolt at least. See, that's the problem, man. The Russians are too aggressive. How dare they puppet the nation that I wanted to puppet? It's unacceptable. It's literally unacceptable. Okay, I need to know, is it strange that I'm giving the Qing my meat? Also, I'm applying a very French tactic here. I'm defending myself against the Russians. They keep attacking like crazy, and they keep losing all their manpower like crazy again. Once we've lowered their manpower enough, we're gonna push, because surprisingly, the Prussians have a lot of units. I haven't really been recruiting as many as I probably should, and for that matter, after this war is done, I'm gonna actually focus on recruiting some more units. Let's, you know, have a standardized amount of units here that we can actually use for war and not just rely on conscripts anymore. I do! Oh my god, this one dude is carrying the entire war, I swear. He's the reason we managed to get the war goal. Okay, that is just really beautiful right there. There you go. We've enforced on Russia, which means we got Bulgaria as a protectorate without spending a single bit of infamy points. This would have been like 20 infamy to get him as a protectorate, but we got him for free. And they're also super loyal and happy with us, so we can even reduce autonomy if we want to. That would be, again, a lot of infamy, so we're just going to do it the good old free subject interaction way. Am I right? Love the new subject interactions. The fact that you can literally just lower autonomy without actually spending an infamy is just amazing. Ooh, there's another diplomatic play against the Egyptians by the Ottomans. Looks like we've got opposing sides. Austria, Russia is helping out Egypt, whilst the British are helping out the Ottoman Empire. I might be able to help out the Egyptians too and get something out of it, so let's see if that's beneficial to us. Heck, trade offer. They want Lorenzo Marquez in exchange for Gambia. Nice try, Portugal. Actual nice try. I'm not sure what to be more disgusted with. The fact that we went to drafting phase for homesteading at 8%, or the fact that the nation we attacked, which has no units, has a revolt. And now the revolt managed to get some units. And my own army managed to teleport back to the French headquarters. Oh, yes, baby. Look at that. We got Advanced Research 3, so let's check it out. We can have a max innovation now of 169. Nice. Well, speaking of 69, let's spam those universities countries, shall we? Everybody's favorite place for the 69, isn't it? I still remember the early Victoria 3 versions of France where you could literally get 1 billion GDP in like 20 freaking years by quickly sniping India, which technically you still can, especially if you do some diplomatic plays in the Qing war that the British have. You can join on the side of the Qing and so on. But yeah, I mean, it's a little bit too cheeseball in my opinion, and I like to have fun as well in my game. So if I just become super overpowered from day one, what's the point of the campaign then, right? It's not fun anymore. Wait, what? We can invite the Swiss to our power block? Ain't no way. What's the chance that they would accept? Let's see. Come on, join. Yeah, they did join. Oh my god. Well, that's GG's for Switzerland, because we can turn them into a subject as they are a part of a sovereign empire. There you go. We can do the subjugation against them after they've been in the power block for 5 years, and we will lose 40% cohesion, but that's going to go back up pretty quickly. So 5 years, we got a free Swiss instead of spending 20 something infamy. I like it. I definitely like it. And hey, look at that. We've officially outshined the British Empire now. We have not yet reached our cap though, so let's build a couple more universities. Looks like we need 2 or 3 more, I guess. The petition from the petite bourgeoisie to pass elected bureaucrats is actually perfect, because that's going to give us some loyalists and legitimacy for 9 years. And we were thinking about passing elected bureaucrats as our next legislation anyway, so it's kind of like a win-win sort of scenario here. Okay, what the schnaps happened in South Africa? Because I do not know how this actually happened. I just lost half of my South African colony, which is somehow unincorporated state. What the shit happened here, man? Why? Why did this happen, South Africa? Someone explain this to me. Hey, Ethiopia formed. Oh my god, this is the first time I see Ethiopia getting formed by AI. That is wild. Does he have... Oh, no, he doesn't have the special trait, which makes his armies insanely overpowered. So that's good. That's a good thing, actually. This was unified by one of the Orthodox Ethiopian nations, not the Sunni ones. Which one was the Amhara one? Okay, I think I know which one this was, but I'm not going to even try and pronounce it. It was the one in the center, wasn't it? Yeah, for sure it was the one in the center. Wait, it's only 8 infamy to make Iraq a protectorate. That actually is worth it then. I was kind of waiting for Iraq to have like a revolution just like the Bulgarians had, and then they can instantly become my puppet without having to actually fight for them. We got homesteading really good, so now we can focus on getting those elected bureaucrats that I was talking about earlier. We do have a little bit of an opposition from the industrialists, but our relations with them are at 17, so they're not going to be too upset. The landowners are the real problem, which are going to go down to -18 because of this particular legislation change. Oh, Egypt is an unrecognized power. Oh, this changes things. 33 infamy to make the Egyptians my puppet. That actually is worth it. That is 100% worth it. Time to get rid of these weapons of mass destruction having possibly oil-rich areas here. I mean, not get rid of them. Basically make them our little bitches. Wait a second, I just realized we got 4 million loyalists and only 1 million people love us. I mean, they actually freaking love us here. After we get mutual funds done, we're gonna go for civilizing mission, which is gonna give 25 less infamy generation against unrecognized powers. So we're not gonna attack anyone until we get civilizing mission, because then afterwards all those unrecognized nations are gonna be significantly cheaper to make into our puppets, including the Egyptians, which right now are in fact an unrecognized power. So instead of paying 34 infamy for them, we would be paying 25% less. That's how it works, right? And looks like we also have another mandate we can use up. Let's see what we're gonna go for here. We could do our second level vassalization, which is gonna give income transfer from subjects. That's actually not bad. Or we can go for colonial offices, which when we reach level 3 is gonna give -5% infamy generation against unrecognized powers. So if we have level 5 colonial affairs, it would be 25% less infamy again. So yeah, we could just do a conquest of the world for basically little to no infamy as consequence. Let's go for that, of course. We will be changing around these mandates, well, principles later down the line, but for now we want to push for colonial offices 3. Let's also make sure we have our power block statue in every province in mainland France, because this gives us 25% decree cost as well as prestige +3 flat. So it would be only 50 decree costs right now. And of course, let's also get some more infrastructure. It looks like that's a little bit of an issue right now in some parts of our country. Holy mother of God, we got 1.4 thousand extra bureaucracy, so we can reach level 4 for home affairs and level level 5 for law enforcement now. Not sure what legislation to go for next. I'd love to go for restricted child labor, but I don't have any sort of support for that. So I might just be taking a little bit of a chill pill with legislation at least until I manage to reform my government into something more people friendly, let's say. And what do you know, we got mutual funds, which means even less interest. So we're paying, by the way, for 14.7 million credit, we're only paying 3,000 in interest. That's ridiculous, man. I'm telling you, it's literally free money right there. 3,000 interest is nothing. Oh, we can confederate Canada. Let's go for it. Let's go. Quebec annexes Nova Scotia. Ooh, I should have done this a while back. I completely forgot to do that tonight. I completely forgot that button existed, not gonna lie. But hey, that's good because having one main Canadian subject is better than having 1,000 smaller ones. Gonna make it easier for us to keep them in check at least. I mean, look at this. We can annex them for 7 infamy and there's a 47% chance they just say yes to that. That's just wrong, really. Map the American Western frontier. Okay. Wow, nice mascara. I'm trying to integrate the Ait Abbas and you're trying to just be a scumbag and support them, huh? Well, you know what? You're going down as well. That's what's happening. I'm taking off the mascara. Yes, that's another unsuccessful joke. I don't know. I cannot come up with any good jokes about mascara. I guess that's probably because I never used any. Okay, I'll stop now. I'll actually stop now. We must condemn slavery. Yes. I mean, clearly we're totally against that stuff. Don't look at our African colonies. Nothing's happening there. Don't worry about it. We've got a really slim chance of actually passing restricted child labor, but I'm gonna take it because getting that means one more level of education, which would be freaking amazing. I am in need of convoys, so I'm just gonna be spamming quite a few of them along the coastline here of France, out-clicking all of these. The reality is that you want to have excess convoys because then you're also gonna be getting some competitiveness for your trade routes, which is always gonna be beneficial. And check it out, we now have the ability to attack unrecognized nations for significantly less infamy. Oh my god, it is so freaking Jover for the natives. Dude, only 24 infamy to get Egypt as a protectorate. Holy snaps. So far, nobody actually is siding with the Egyptians, so I think I might actually add a few more war goals here. Oh, no! Oh god, that's so bad. I literally paused like a second. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. They're still gonna give me Hejaz and war reps, and I need Hejaz because that's part of Yemen. Rightful French clay, everybody knows. Oh, I love the fresh smell of Cairo in the morning. Yo, this is semi-historical, isn't it? Like, well, I mean, technically, the French did invade Egypt when Napoleon invaded Egypt, for that matter, which was just a few years prior to our start date. So we're basically just coming back and reinforcing the fact that this is our land, my boys. Completely ours. Oh, and we just got colonial affairs to level 4, which means we're getting 0.60 colonial growth. Oh my gore. This is wild. Look how quickly now we're getting our colonies in Africa established. Around 100 days per province. All right, looks like the last holdout of the Egyptian Mohicans is about to get schnappeldooped. And our legislation is also about to get schnappeldooped, for that matter. Huzzah! Egypt is ours. Now we just need to improve relations with them. So we're gonna need some more influence points, I guess. Wait, we're making money now? It's time to decrease taxes, I guess. Another day, another nation annexed by Quebec, and this time it's the Hudson Bay Company. So Quebec is big and juicy on the map, as it should be. You guys want to see something really ridiculous? Check it out. We've got promote social mobility over almost the entirety of France, but because we also have the power block statue over the entirety of France, we can actually afford even more stuff to do with the authority. That is insane. That is actually, it's literally all of France now, and we still have 150 authority despite having also a lot of it invested in consumption taxes. This is just, I don't know what to even say. I genuinely don't even know what to say. I'm gonna use more of this for decrees, obviously, but it just goes to show that some of the power block statues can be super overpowered. Now, obviously, the reason for that is because we have Napoleon in charge alongside all the other things that make it so it's basically insanely cheap to get these decrees enacted around our our country right now. Italians migrating. Of course they are. Everybody wants to live in the greatest country in the world, don't they? Also time to build the Eiffel Tower. We should have built this a while back. I kind of just forgot that we even have monuments in this game, really. Looks like it's time for level 4 education institution. And we got level 3 colonial offices, which means we get minus 20% more infamy generation against unrecognized nations. So yeah, I'm gonna conquer the world. This is the point in which I'm literally just gonna conquer the freaking world. Flat out just conquer everybody right now. For example, look how much it cost me to make a protectorate out of the Persians. 20 infamy. That is just not, it's literally nothing, my dude. Persia, 20 infamy. They also have Afghanistan, by the way. So yeah, we're getting most of the Afghani and the Persian areas for 20 infamy. This also means that reducing the autonomy of our current subjects that are a little bit more rebellious also is significantly cheaper if they're unrecognized nations. And again, Portugal with the massive 9-head brain over here. No, Portugal, no. Holy mother, 20 million GDP and the state of Rhone alone. That's also why we have some serious taxation issues and why I queued up a buttload of administration buildings in here. Look at that. Most people in here are flat out just capitalists because this is just the capitalist capital of the world, isn't it? As it should be. Hey, look, we're even getting Afro-Antillians migrating here from Haiti. Again, this is like the 25th time that that's happened this playthrough. Now, guys, as our 4th principle, there's some really amazing ones such as freedom of movement, which is essentially going to give us all the migrants in the world in our country. We also can go for food standardization, which is going to massively ramp up our population. Police coordination is going to give us insane amounts of authority, 250 flat authority, and political movement radicalism minus 25, which is huge. What we're going to go for is market unification. Why is that? Because we need to have all of our subjects in our market. That way, we can significantly quicker ramp up our economic output, especially after we add, say, the Indians and so on and the Ottomans, which, by the way, are now an unrecognized nation. So let's check how much this... Wait, what? I cannot... Oh, I don't have a declared interest, do I? Nope. All right, let's get an interest in here because we're going to be making these guys our pupetus. And it's only 30 infamy to make the Ottomans as our puppet. That is wild. That's actually wild. So then we have Bulgaria, Iraq, and the Ottomans and the Egyptians. Basically, the entirety of the Eastern Mediterranean is going to be our puppet. We're going to wait till we get less infamy, though. I really hate being above 50 infamy because it affects all of my vassals, and it's really not the best feeling. I also believe it's time to make the Swiss our protectorate. There you go. Welcome to the fray, Switzerland. You're going to be happy here. Trust me. You're going to be real happy. You need to start getting that liberty desire slowly down, though. So let me help you out with that. And we can also get another company now. About freaking time. I'm a little bit torn here because I also want to get the Rhone steel because it's got Rhone in the name and it has a lot of massive bonuses for steel companies. But then again, Schinder et Cie is also amazing because it gives morale loss, recovery, and it affects the motor industries and the artillery factory. So I think I'm going to go for that one, and we can do the Rhone one later down the line, I guess. The Finns are migrating too. Hell yeah. I need them to swim. Get it? Because they're Finns? That's how bad my jokes are sometimes. What the shit happened? Oh my god, Great Britain. What the hell did you do to Persia, my dude? What the dude, no. I wanted a proper Persia. Oh, dude, this is disgusting. 13 infamy, but this is just the worst border war imaginable, right? Do I even want this now? Hey, guys, check it out. 69% chance that they would accept me annexing them. Nice. I guess we can also make an offer for the Egyptians to give us the Suez, considering that they're my vassals. They better freaking accept. Otherwise, I'm gonna be schnappling the schnaps out of them. Wait, what? We have so much support for compulsory primary education? Hells yes, I'm doing that. The aggression of the Savoyan people must end. It's time that we take back Savoy, rightful French clay. I know it never was French, but shut up, bro. Don't ask questions, okay? It's ours now. If you piss me off, I might even take Sardinia from them. You know what? Hell, I'm gonna take it anyway. I kind of feel like they should really do something about Italy and Victoria 3. Like right now, it genuinely feels like it's free lands. Like they have no chance, especially in a multiplayer, unless you're using a mod. It's literally impossible for the Italian player to do anything against the French or against anybody else around them, right? So I hope they're gonna buff Italy or make it a little bit easier for Italy to form somehow without getting screwed over by other players in a multiplayer. Just my opinion, though, of course. All right, we got Constantine and we got Savoy as well. Scumbag Piedmont actually freaking supporting the independence of the... They would have accepted, man. They had 69%, man. It's wild, dude. I shouldn't have had to go to war with them is what I'm saying. Okay, let's also start start getting over to the steel frame building production method. Slowly but surely, we're gonna do Rhone first, and then the other provinces we're gonna switch over as well. Weirdly enough, we're actually okay with our glass and steel, so we can maybe even change more buildings to steel frame. Let's also use the claims that we've had on Morocco since day one to get back our Moroccan holds that we clearly had at some point in the past. Totally did, guys, trust me. Why would we have claims if it's not because we had these provinces before? Am I right? Is it just made up claims? Clearly not. Who would do such a thing? This guy. This right here. Out of all the wars I had, this has to have been the fastest one. Like, actually must have been the fastest one. Dutch East Indies want me to get a defensive pact with them. Are they independent? Ayo? No, they're not. They're a protectorate, but they're very close to independence. Okay, I see what's happening. The Positivist Church is on the way. Now, we've got a bit more of a foothold in North Africa, and that's going to make it easier for me to attack Spain. I'm going to basically be double dipping from the north and from the south when I do my attack on this area, because I will be attacking the Spaniards, obviously. My next priority is going to be the Ottomans, though, so I'm just going to wait for AE to go down. Once it's down enough, like 30, I'm going to attack them. I'm not going to attack anybody. I promise I'll be a good boy from now on. I'm just going to focus on growing my GDP, and that's it. Which, by the way, we have the world's greatest GDP right now, and growing. Imagine getting compulsory primary education in 1869. So now that we got compulsory primary education, we can go for level 5 education, which is also going to mean we're going to get 50 max innovation cap increase. Plus, we can do home affairs level 5, so let's see how much that's going to be. 800. I'm going to need a couple more government administration buildings then. We're ramping up so quickly now. 130 million GDP and growing super fast, and I'm fairly confident I can do all my buildings to steel frame. There you go. We're actually okay with that. Let's see how much shortage we got. 1,000 in steel and 2.3 thousand glass is literally nothing. Actually freaking nothing. Let's go ahead and get, say, another 19 glass works in Rhone, and we're gonna make sure that the ones in Rhone only produce glass. They're not gonna produce porcelain too, so we're gonna make sure that they have prioritized glass production in here. And it seems like we maxed out our institutions, which means I got some extra bureaucracy lying around, so I'm gonna do the Tibetan expedition. A lot of people don't know this, but by doing the Tibetan expedition, what we can achieve is we can actually get Tibet transferred to us as our subject, which is kind of wild, really. It's a free subject right here, and it's not even that bad. It's got 2 million GDP and 4 million pop. The unification of Canada is complete. The true north, strong and free. 10 prestige for us, and check it out. It's up there. It's definitely up there. Only bad part is that we need to get Upper Canada, which unfortunately slid right through our cracks. Now, I do need to do my war against the British, and I'm actually recruiting quite a few units now to get that war underway. We probably need 100 more before we start it off, so let me just standardize my units, I guess, should be my priority right now. The moment is here, boys. We're going to be attacking the Ottomans despite only having 45 infamy. We're going to do it now. It's going to cost us 34 infamy, but it's worth it because check it out. The Ottomans are at war with the Russians and the Greeks, and it's just going to be a very, very easy war for us. Might as well take advantage a little bit. Even though we're going over 50 infamy, it's still worth it. After that's done, we're going to be finally granting independence to the British Raj. This will trigger some events that will break the British Raj apart into small pieces, and those pieces are going to be unrecognized powers. So considering all of our bonuses for attacking unrecognized nations, we can essentially make puppets out of all of India for about 15 infamy, and I'm not even kidding. It is that overpowered. But first step is, of course, attack the British, liberate the Indians, wait for the event to trigger, and whilst that's happening, we just also take advantage and we wait for our infamy to lower too. I'm going to cut this part here. It's a little bit short. I wanted to do a few more years, but there's actually a massive typhoon coming into Japan. It's actually already here, and tomorrow is going to go over my house, and it's really not great, and I need to get some stuff ready, barricade the windows and stuff. Hopefully I don't get any actual massive damage to the house itself. Let's see. Whatever the case, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave that like so we can do the final part of the campaign and we can make the entire world French. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.